Today we're going to talk about property taxes in the great state of Texas. So one of the huge advantages of living in Texas is that there's no state income tax. So you do pay your federal taxes, but no state tax. But we've got to pay to fund these great roads and highways and schools and all this stuff in Texas. And so they collect it through a property tax, which typically is part of your mortgage payment every single month. But the typical tax rate in Texas is somewhere between 2 and 3%. Now it'll vary in your neighborhood or your community or your city or your county because there's different taxing entities that will tax you depending on where you live. In my particular area, I pay City of Dallas, Dallas County, Richardson ISD, and then some other property taxes that go with the hospital district that's in that area. In some areas, you have a MUD or a PID. So if you're in a newly developing area, you may not have a city tax, but you might have a planned unit development tax, which is a PUD tax, or a PID tax, which is the same thing essentially. So they will tax you just like a city because they put in the roads and the sewers and develop the neighborhood, and they've got to get repaid on that money. So typically in most mortgages, taxes are included in your monthly payment every single month. So 1/12 of your taxes are in your monthly payment, and that's part of the PITI, which principal, interest, taxes, and insurance. So that's part of your monthly payment. As you pay into your monthly mortgage payment, that money accrues in what's called an escrow account. The escrow account is an account that's held at the mortgage company, and every month the tax and insurance amount of your PITI drops into your escrow account. And then the tax bills come out, which they just came out here in November, and they will be paid by the mortgage company as long as your taxes and insurance are escrowed. So they'll pay the property taxes, and then they'll pay the insurance when it's due as well. So you're always paid up. And now everybody knows that the for sure thing in life is death and taxes, right? So those are going to increase over time, just like they really have the last couple of years. And so those taxes will go up periodically, and then they'll do an escrow account analysis in the springtime. And they'll take into account what was paid out of your escrow account in taxes and insurance, and then they'll adjust your payment accordingly. And that number will fluctuate based on what is owed and what they anticipated what was owed in the last year. So keep that in mind. Every state has property taxes. Texas is just a little bit higher because we don't have that state income tax. And if you are escrowed, don't worry about it. They will take care of it. So keep those duplicate tax bills and file those with your CPA because those property taxes are tax deductible. So have a great one. We'll see you next time.